Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's webinar series, where we will cover GBLT Corp. The company is listed on the TSX Venture under the symbol GBLT. My name is Babak Pedram of Virtus Advisory. I'm joined here today with Dr. Senst, the CEO and founder of GBLT. To briefly introduce the company, GBLT focuses on manufacturing and supplying solar energy solutions, mobile energy, battery, and personal healthcare products in Europe and various countries globally. GBLT is headquartered in Germany, and as many of you know, there is a macro energy crisis that has been severely affecting Europe, especially Germany. However, GBLT has been fortunate to provide alternative energy solutions in current energy crisis climate. And with recent Germany's clean energy mandates in effect, the solar business of GBLT and its mobile energy business have done extremely well financially. In today's webinar, we will walk through the investor presentation and then open the floor for questions. We have received several questions by email, which we will address during this webinar. Should you have any questions throughout the presentation, please feel free to send them by emailing us at info@virtusadvisory.com. With that being said, I would like to defer to Dr. Senst to speak more on what has been going on in GBLT operationally and what the future plans are to continue scaling the business. Over to you, Thilo.
Yeah, thank you, Babak. Yeah, hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to have the chance to introduce my company to you. So we are the GBLT Corporation. We are founded in 2003. We are listed on the TSXV since 2018. We are a global mobile and renewable energy organization. We are one of Germany's leading providers for the booming solar energy market. And we're offering a wide and growing range of innovative household items, including healthcare products. We have a robust global distribution network that includes the largest retailer globally. You see that we have a steady revenue growth. We are, since we went public in 2018, we increased our turnover 20 to 30% every year. This year looks promising as well, as I can show you later. Most important, of course, for you as investors is that we are not just increasing our growth in turnover and revenue. We are improving our EBITDA margin step by step as well. And I think we can get a new height this year. And we are really optimistic for the upcoming years as well, that we are focusing more on the margin than on just the growth. Here you see one of our partners. We are mainly specialized on working with the big retailers, with big mass merchandisers. We have Bauhaus as the biggest DIY market in Germany, Prisma as the biggest supermarket chain in Finland, Lidl, the third biggest retailer in the world, Consum from Croatia. So pretty much the mass merchandisers you maybe heard about. We are, as Babak said, a truly global company. Of course, our main market actually right now is the European community or the European market, but we're having strong ties in South and Central America, in Africa, and brand new in Australia. This is one of our top tiers for the future, that we are looking to develop our products out of the European community as well. And we're having good progress and good success with this. Of course, United States and Canada are on our list as well. We're having two areas where we are focusing on. One is renewable energy and battery, and the other is the healthcare segment. Our heritage is the battery, is energy. So it's all about renewable energy and battery right now. As Babak mentioned already, in Germany or in Europe at all, we see a dramatic change. It started already last year with the new government, that the German law now requires installation of solar panels. It's mandatory right now for every new building to have a non-fossil energy source. And in 2030, Germany tries to have 80% of the energy in renewable energies. At the end of the day, when we talk about households and commercial, but mainly in household, the only way to participate on renewable energy is via solar energy. For private households, it's not possible to have a windmill or water power in their house. So solar panels are definitely the quickly becoming future. We see a massive increase in the solar capacities required to each year. And of course, the change in the world right now, especially with the war here in Europe, dramatically increased these activities as well. So it was already and is already important, but now it's a dramatic change in Germany, in Europe, to push the renewable energy. We already getting initiatives from the government. We have a kind of payback, but the most important thing is that the electricity costs here in Europe are the highest in the world by far, and expecting to increase. Right now, the electricity cost here 6 times more than in the United States, and it will even grow. So right now, the return of investment, if you invest in solar energy, is directly within the first minute. Taking the credit for investing in solar energy for a private household is cheaper than the savings they are having by having that. So it's even the worst recession, the only field right now where the banks are more than happy to give credit and loans to invest in this. So it's right now a no-brainer here in Europe. We are focusing right now as said, the private households, because private households are dramatically touched by the war and by the new development. But of course, we entering the commercial segment as well. So we're having, for example, Henkel is one of the largest multinational organizations in Germany, who starts to change their carports on solar-used carports. We're having here in Europe the big discussions about emission certificates. And by having the solar, having the carports as a solar station, these big companies can reduce their money they have to pay for the certificates. So it's a big growing market as well, which we can grab. In general, our plan for the upcoming years is definitely to increase our teams, to increase our working staff, and to having more construction teams out on the market. From the sales side, the sky is the limit. It's an unlimited demand for the next 10, 50, 20 years. Because keep in mind, beside all this energy costs right now in this war, there's a big demand right now in Germany that people are changing to pumps, heating pumps, that they change to electrical cars. So the demand for energy will grow massively in the upcoming years. So we are one of the most recognized vendors for renewable energy when it comes to the household. The company we took over in January, been founded in 2005, so they have a nice track record. We are a full service solution provider in Germany. That means we're having the engineering up to design and installation of the solar panels, which is pretty unique. So we can give even individual solutions. In 2021, we installed around 300 homes across Germany. But I think that we easily will double and triple these numbers in the upcoming days and months and years. For 2022, we're expecting a revenue of 3.5 million Canadian dollars with an adjusted EBITDA of around 15%. And as mentioned already, this business is easy scalable by just double our craftsmanship, double our sales teams, double everything, because as I said, the market is there. So the first step we are doing is we are planning for 2022 to increase our craftsmanship, hiring our own electricians. And the second step is that we will open new branches in other states and other cities. This is all about, as I said, GBT is all about energy. So this renewable energy is our top of the top product category, our newest technology, the highest technology standards. But our heritage, our base are normal batteries. So we are the global licensee of Aquafoto. Aquafoto is one of the oldest brands in Germany, founded in 1873, with a huge market recognition here in Europe and in Africa. And with this brand right now, we are pretty much the only German brand in the field of normal batteries. But on top of this is that we are, as I mentioned, that we're having renewable energy when it comes to households. But now in Germany right now, we have big discussions about power failure in winter. Just the EU Commission yesterday announced that each private household should be ready. That will be some power failures and blackouts here in the upcoming winter. So it's a kind of big panic right now. And we see an excessive demand right now for our lithium-based storage systems. These lithium-based storage systems are clean, they are environmentally friendly, they can be recharged via solar energy. And so they are perfectly matched for residential and for commercial needs. They can be used as a backup for crisis, for blackout. But most important for us, for the long term, is they're creating new possibilities when it comes about camping, outdoor activities, and fun outside. We're having this under the Aquaphoto brand, so we have the advantage of having a reliable brand. Keep in mind, lithium is a dangerous raw material, which we perfectly handle, and where we're getting a lot of credibility due to the Aquaphoto brand. So this is then talking about Aqua, then we're going down, we're going from the household, then we're going to the mobile storage systems, and then down, just to give you a further look, we are having the Aquaphoto branded batteries, which giving retailers globally existing strong brand recognition. We're having the full range from disposable to rechargeable. And again, we can use the crisis to our benefit. Right now, when you go to the European supermarket chains, you see it looks like after the Second World War, because there's a kind of fight between the brands and the retailers, because the brands massively increase the prices. So honestly spoken, the time has never been better to convince retailers to shift to a new brand than before. So even this traditional or old-fashioned segment has a lot of potential for us for the future. As mentioned, mobile storage systems, of course, are a nice alternative to emergency gas generators. That's the reason why they are perfectly for blackouts, because nobody will put in his living room a generator with the fuel and with the smell and the noise. As I said, it's rechargeable with solar power, zero emissions, zero pollutions. But besides, as I said, the disaster recovery, what we are seeing here in Germany, it's great for outdoor activities, for construction, and so on. Another big issue in the past and in the present is, of course, the logistic. We are really happy that in the last years we built up a great logistic infrastructure. We have robust supply chain management. We are working with the leading logistic companies in the world. We have no problems to fulfill the demand of our customers. Our delays are all minor. And of course, step by step, we are establishing more and more resourcing on a global base, so that we are, beside our sourcing office in Dongguan, China, and our manufacturing bottling facilities in Germany, Netherlands, we now step by step increasing our supply network to other countries like Turkey, for example. What is our market expansion strategy? With new partners network in place, we can supply a range of products of very quality standards. We, of course, continue expansion within large retailers, distributors throughout the EU and North America. In general, we're looking really important for new markets. We just opened our new office in London, which takes care of the Commonwealth and the United States as well, and Scandinavia. We have just signed new contracts, as you see from our press releases, for Pakistan, for Nigeria, for Portugal. So yeah, we will add more and more countries on our map in the upcoming 12 to 24 months. And another big value for us is that we are investing a lot in the e-commerce strategy. Keep in mind, till now we are mainly a company which products for shelf space. And for us, it creates new opportunities right now to take our broad range of products on the internet and the e-commerce as well. And with this, of course, we can increase our margin massively, because we don't use this e-commerce strategy to underterminate the prices of our shelf space customers. We'll make the same prices and take all the profitability then for ourselves, and supporting the brand by doing that. So our strategy is continuing direct sales to existing partnerships, optimizing the renewable energy, continue bringing innovations to the market. We want to maintain the first mover advantage through the implementation of offline and online strategy. We're daily creating a new customer base, governments, NGOs, especially with the mobile storage systems. And of course, we continue establishing strategic partnerships to capitalize on existing brand loyalty. Our second big product category is the healthcare products. You might be asking why healthcare products fit into our range. It's pretty simple when you look at our following products. In general, healthcare is really, really important. Beside Corona, we see a rising elderly population. We have an upsurge in the incidence rate of chronic diseases. We have a strongly increased burden on health systems. Our health systems in Germany proved by Corona that we are collapsing. And of course, we have increased awareness of our health. These are facts, beside that have nothing to do with Corona, that healthcare is more and more important and is getting to be a mass product and not just a niche product. So what happened? We noticed that that our customers are more and more entering into the healthcare segment. That means with our customers means most of the healthcare products like blood pressure monitors or other products are mainly products for niche, for sanitized stores, for specialized stores. What we did, we started in 2022 under the Dr. Senst brand. We looked for new products. We entered the market with a German quality product with an affordable price. Thanks to a great network, we directly been working with the leading manufacturers of healthcare products. And we noticed that this market is entirely fragmented. There is a leakage of successful brands, especially when it comes about the mass merchandisers and the big retailers. So you see each of our product categories like thermometer, blood pressure monitor, nebulizers, growing markets in general because of the things I said. So we are focusing right now on consumer electronic healthcare products, fever thermometer, blood pressure monitors, nebulizer, scales, name it. The key thing is all those products are working with batteries. So this is the crucial point, or this is not the crucial, this is the point why we started with this. Our customers, the mass merchandisers like Lidl compared to Walmart in the United States, or our discount stores like Aldi, Lidl, they see the value and they see the increase of this total market. And now they want to have this product categories as well. But they cannot start in the market with the same product like the specialized stores. It doesn't match to their price point. It doesn't match to their need. So they asked us if we can help them out. And because these products are running by batteries, we had the beauty that even the purchasing people, the purchasing management was exactly the same as we knew for the batteries. So it was for us a natural step to increase our battery activities with products running with batteries. And then we focused then, of course, on electronic healthcare products, which is a growing market in general. Besides this, because of this big demand and why we entered the market with this electronic healthcare products, we saw that there's no competition right now in the market who combining electronic healthcare with healthcare consumables. We're having a competition like Philips, General Electric when it comes about consumer electronics, but in the consumer consumables like Band-Aid, like disinfection, like insect repellents, these companies are just focusing on the liquids or on this consumables, but not on healthcare. We are the only company right now who combining this. And this is exactly what our customers want, because keep in mind, our customers are not the specialized stores, our customers are the mass merchandisers. So they want more products, they want to have a wide product range, but not a high product deepness. And most of all, they do not want to have more vendors or more listings. So they really went to us and asking us really on a monthly basis how we can develop and increase our product portfolio together. And this was the reason why we started with consumables as well, which is, but honestly spoken, more on our list for next year. This year, been mostly in the focus of the healthcare electronics. Looking at our financials, you see our success in our numbers. We increased our revenue in the second quarter 2022 massively. Overall, we are nicely ahead of last year when it comes about the revenue. But most important for you as investors is that we increased massively our gross margin, we increased our EBITDA, and we increased our net income. We shifted a little bit our focus in the last months. We are still growing 20, 30, 32% in revenue. But most important for us is right now that we are focusing on high margin products, that our growth in net income is higher than our growth in turnover. And as you can see here, we're nicely in line with our forecast and with our ideas. The growth in net income is higher than our growth in total revenue. Here you see it again. We always have to compare quarter by quarter. As you probably know, we have a little bit seasonal products. I mean, from turnover, we have a standard year. We don't see any leakage or any lower months over the year. But of course, we have a different mix in summer than we have in winter. So to compare our results, you always have to consider the quarter of the year before. So you cannot see a straight line in the year Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. You always have to see this in relation to the quarters before. And there you can see, for example, that our Q2 2022 was perfectly better than 2021. And without telling too much, when we look at the third quarter, we are pretty optimistic that we continue with this trend. Just to give you a nice idea about our normal valuation, how other companies in our field are valued. When we talk about solar installations, we had last year Sunrun in the United States, which bought the solar installation company Vivid Solar. They bought it for nearly 10 times of the revenue, meaning they have massive losses, but they're still invested for 340 million turnover, 3.2 billion. Keep in mind, we are highly profitable. We have Oakley, for example, investment company who bought a medical consumer company here in Germany. Revenues 127 million. They paid 280 million for this. And in our battery segment, of course, there everything started with Warren Buffett a few years ago when Berkshire Hathaway bought Duracell. This was a game changer. After that, Energizer bought Varta and Rayovac. This year, Panasonic sold their battery business to our radio investors. In all the ways with a nice profit, with a nice margin. And of course, this creates the opportunities for us because with every takeover, there are some significant changes in the market. For example, that some brands are not there anymore. Takeover of Panasonic came to the result that Sony and Sanyo disappeared. The takeover of Duracell happened that the price has been increasing. The takeover of Energizer, of Varta and Rayovac came to the point that Varta been disappearing in many countries. So each takeover was great, and this is a great opportunity for us. The management team is me as the founder and the CEO, Sven Cabo, my longtime COO, Kyle Appleby, our CFO based in Toronto, and now for 2 years I'm having Peter Halford as my main sales officer, who came from a big competitor and giving us a great access to 19 of the 20 biggest retailers here in Europe. From our capital structure, yeah, our market capitalization, as you can see, is 11.3 million. When I look at our revenue, when I look at our future, it's obviously that we are heavily undervalued. And the other point I want to draw your attention to is insider ownership. It's in the hand of the management, family, so of people who have a massive intention as well to develop the share value and the market price and market cap. So this is pretty much it. Thanks a lot for your time. I hope I was not too fast. Babak is sometimes telling me I'm a bit too fast, but anyhow, I'm open for further questions and I'm for your disposal. Okay, Babak, thank you very much.
Excellent. Thanks, Thilo. I will remind our viewers that you can submit any questions you may have by emailing us at info@vertusadvisory.com. The first question that we have, Thilo, asks, do you expect the volatility of the European market to hinder GBLT's operations? And if so, which products do you think would be most affected by that?
In general, of course, as I mentioned, I mean, it's a strange world right now outside there. Never in my 25 years, I never had something like this before. But for us, as odd as it sounds, it's good. It creates new opportunities for us. Of course, number one is our solar segment. We always believed in this. We had to start with this in 2018, then calm down a little bit because it was a bad timing. It was a good decision to start with this in January. So the voluntarity and the problems we are having here in Europe definitely will push our solar industry, our solar business as managed. The sky is the limit. And as I said, and with the others, it's the same. I mean, the mobile storage system is now massive push. We are sold out. We get containers and they're sold out immediately. I don't understand the politicians why they're saying this with power fares and blackouts. Maybe because they really believe in this, but as a matter of fact, people are really now sensitive. And this has a long-term effect right now, because now the people, due to this crisis, they learn about this product. So we don't have to teach the products anymore. As you saw in my presentation, we had the first mover advantage. And the last year, we had to explain to people the benefits of our products. This is gone. Due to the crisis, the demand is there, the people are asking for this product. And of course, this makes our life much more easier and even much more easier after the crisis is gone. So for us, this market right now is a big opportunity.
Perfect. Thanks, Thilo. What do you believe your long-term product focus will be, if there is any?
I think at the end of the day, all of our products we are actually having a great future. Of course, as mentioned, the solar is definitely something we want to put more on our focus. As I mentioned, by creating new teams, by having more people. I mean, with each doubling of our working force, we can double our turnover and nearly our profitability. It's the same that we can open new branches. This market is exploding, but to access the market is pretty difficult because especially these days, you have to have a good lineup and a good connection to the manufacturers of the panels and of the storage systems. It was exactly the right point for us not to start our own from the scratch. It was really great that we had bought a company who is in this market for a long time. So we are perfectly positioned to grow, to take advantage out of this. And we don't expect to have newcomers, so that we mean that we can grab the growing market. The healthcare, as mentioned as well, is an upcoming market. Nothing with Corona. People are getting older. People are forced, especially in these days, to take care of their health. And on the other hand, when you go to a doctor in Germany right now, it takes you 4 to 6 months to get an appointment. So the need to check yourself instead of going to the doctor is growing. So the healthcare is definitely one of the top advantages as well. But last but not least, something I never really mentioned in a big way is that even with the old traditional aqua photo battery, we feel pretty comfortable due to the fact that it's now the time right now that the top expensive brands losing market shares, and we can grab that.
Excellent, thank you. And then just while we're talking about scaling the business and so on, whether it's solar or other aspects of the business, do you need to raise any capital to support that growth that you're planning on?
No, as I said, I mean, we are now focusing on high margin products, not on incredible growth. I mean, I can promise and I can do 100 million with solar installations in the next 2 years. I can make 200, 300 million in healthcare, and the same in batteries. But we are now focusing on a solid growth, as I said, 25, 30%, maybe in solar business, of course, more, but overall as a company. And we are focused on profitable products. So we don't need any money right now. We don't have any bleeding to stop. We don't burn any money, and our profits are increasing. We are not relying too much on credit lines. So no, for the conservative numbers I passed to the market, continuous 30% growth in turnover and an even higher growth in our EBITDA, we are fine.
Perfect, thank you. And then while we're talking about the operations of the business, what are your expansion milestones for this year and next? Perhaps some of the milestones that investors can look forward to if they decide to move forward and make an investment today.
Yeah, besides the mentioned ones of the solar, I don't want to refer too much on that. As I said, one of our main strategic focuses is to really be more global. We are increasing our activities massively when it comes about finding new countries in the world with our products. We see a massive demand and a new demand for our Dr. Senst healthcare products in Africa and other countries. So now we just focused on Germany, so especially the healthcare segment, we will go globally. Another really important thing for us is the e-commerce. As I mentioned, we are more a shelf company or offline company. We want to be more online company. We see a massive potential there. We started a few activities with the mobile storage systems, which have been pretty successful. We will expand this with our Dr. Senst healthcare products. And we see that a lot of our customers see our products as a perfect tool to increase their e-commerce activities as well. So it will be an increase in indirect and direct e-commerce. And last but not least, keep in mind when we are managed to, or not we are managed, we are sure that we can reach our goals by expanding outside of Europe, which gives us even more profits than in the currency. Keep in mind, if we make more business in dollar, it changes to our costs in Europe. Even the currency is not a threat for us. It's a great opportunity as well.
Thank you, Thilo. We also received a couple financial related questions. The first one asks, is your business sensitive to the growing volatility that we're experiencing when it comes to interest rates?
No, because as I said, we are not working with credit lines. We are self-financed, so the increase in the credit and the interest rates doesn't bother us. So no, I mean, our customers, that's the beauty of our customers as well, as we are working with the best finance companies of the world. I mean, a Lidl and a Aldi and the biggest drugstore chain having more money than our banks here. You heard probably about the bank crisis here in Europe. So we having just AAA customers. Our activities outside of Europe, especially the BRIC states, they are not in the crisis. I mean, they're not sanctioned Russia, so they business is pretty standard. They're having payment in advance terms. They're having enough money as well. So the interest rates doesn't bother us at all. It might be a factor for having a loan when it comes about solar installations, but even there, because the costs for electricity are so mind-blowing right now that even the highest interest rates would make return of investment still reasonable.
Perfect, thank you. And the last question asks, there were some great gains this past quarter in both revenue growth and, of course, net income. Should we expect this type of performance to be sustainable on the same level going forward?
Yeah, as mentioned in my presentation, I mean, you have to see quarter by quarter. I mean, we have a seasonal business in spring and summer. We're selling more mobile storage systems and we are selling more healthcare products. In winter, when Christmas time is coming, we're selling more batteries. Of course, we are focusing to getting more and more higher margin projects, but of course we are seasonal. Same as with the solar energy. Of course, in January, February, when it's winter, you don't see too many craftsmen in the roofs. They are then coming out of their sleep more in spring. So when you compare quarter by quarter with the year before, you can expect that we are in line. We are really happy with the Q3. So as I mentioned, you cannot see Q1, Q2, Q3 as a straight climbing line. You always have to compare Q3 2022 with Q3 2021 and with 2020 and so on. And if you do this, if you compare quarter by quarter, because we have the seasonal products, we are pretty happy to meet the investors' demand.
Excellent. Thanks, Thilo. Looks like there are no further questions, so I will leave it to you, Thilo, to provide your closing remarks. And I would like to personally thank everybody for tuning into today's webinar. Please go ahead, Thilo.
Yeah, thank you very much that I had the chance to present ourselves. Yeah, I mean, we are pretty well positioned in these strange times. We are optimistic for the future. I think we will have a great 2022. I think we're having the right products, we're having the right parts, and we're having the right customers. So yeah, we are optimistic in these strange times, more optimistic than I'm for my country here. But in general, because we are really playing globally, we are truly globally company, and we increase our activities in that. We are not relying on, we don't have any issues with the crisis in the country here or there. So overall, I think, yeah, we are feeling comfortable. We are happy with the ways we are going, with the products we are having going. And I'm happy if you follow our way, and I'm thankful that you pay attention to us.
Thank you, Thilo, and thanks everybody. This ends today's webinar.